Good morning, students. Hope all of you are doing well. Today I am going to discuss about your half yearly question paper answers. So you please check your answer is correct or wrong. I'm discussing here all the questions answers. Okay. So see here, the first question is our half yearly question paper. That was actually 40 marks question paper, and I provided to you 1 hour. The first question's description is our type the most appropriate answer, or you I think just choose the correct option, you can say. The first question is a ramp used in a hospital is an example of. So this question carry 1 mark, so that option is given here. First one is an inclined plane, then a screw, then a wedge and a lever. So the correct option is then an inclined plane. Okay, so see the next question. The mechanical advantage of class 3 lever is, so you see here the first option is always less than 1, always greater than 1, greater than or less than 1, or equal to 1. Okay, so we know that mechanical advantage is the ratio of a load divided by effort, or you can say that mechanical advantage is also effort arm by load arm. In class 3 lever, effort arm is the smaller length, and but load arm is the larger one. So if here actually, so that numerator and denominator, that effort arm divided by load arm, so load arm is longer, so that's why mechanical advantage for class 3 lever is always less than 1. Now question number 3, which force is responsible for the weight of an object? So we know that gravitational force is the responsible for the weight of an object, because weight is caused due to gravity. Okay. Question number 4, a crowbar is a 125 centimeter long and its fulcrum is at a distance of 25 centimeter from the load. So you see that the total length of a crowbar is 125, and you know that crowbar is a class 1 lever, and a distance of 25 centimeter from the load. So that load arm equals to 25 centimeter, so you have to find out the effort arm. So effort arm will be 125 divided minus 25, so that's mean 100 centimeter. So we know that mechanical advantage equals to effort arm by load arm. So effort arm is 100 centimeter divided by 25 centimeters, so then we will get 4. So, and you know that is a ratio of the same physical quantity, so that's why it has no unit. So the answer will be 4. Question number 5, which of the following is not a part of a lever? So we know that lever has 3 parts, load, effort and fulcrum. So crowbar is not a part of a lever, so that option crowbar is the correct one. Next question number 6, a stapler is an example of a class of a class dash lever. So for example, stapler, actually there are different types of stapler in the market. So if you check the normal one, so then that is actually available in our house. So that that is a class 2 lever, but few staplers are the class 3 levers. So we can say the 2 option here is correct, option B 2 as well as option C is 3. So if any students you have written 2 or 3, then that both the options is correct and you will get the marks. So option next question number 7, a dash is used to cut or split object. So we know actually that wedge is used to cut or split object. Question number 8, if the mechanical advantage of a lever is 2.5, what will be the effort you need to apply a load lift a load of 50 Newton? So mechanical advantage is equal to 2.5. We know that mechanical advantage is the ratio of load divided by effort. So 50 divided by effort, so we will get that after simplification we will get effort is equal to 50 Newton divided by 2.5, then we will get actually 20 Newton. Question number 9, friction that exists when one object rolls across the other is called actually the rolling friction. Okay, And question number 10, which of the following is not an effect of force on an object? So we know that force can change the position of a stationary object, means move the stationary object. Force can change the direction of a moving object, and force also can change the shape and size of an object, but force cannot change the color of an object. So if your question is asking about not an effect, so that's why the option D, change the color of an object, is the correct option. So next part of the question is the description of the question is the fill in the blanks. So here actually I am given two options. So see here in this first bracket is that given option. So that here also each question carry 1 marks. The first question is a machine is a tool that makes our work easier. Next question number 2, a screwdriver and a doorknob are example of wheel and axle. While loading or unloading a truck in an inclined plane is used. Okay. So question number 4, for a class 2 lever, the effort arm is always longer than the load arm. That's why the class 2 lever, the mechanical advantage is always greater than 1. Okay. Now question number 5. A machine made up of 2 or more sloping surfaces is known as a wedge. Question number 6. A football being stopped by a goalkeeper is an example of force stopping a moving object or making a stationary object move. So the correct option is our stopping a moving object. Question number 7. Friction always acts in opposite direction to motion. Question number 8. Rolling friction is always less than sliding friction. Question number 9. There are 7 fundamental physical quantities. Question number 10. A book of length 15 cm and breadth 10 cm is kept on a table. Its area would be. So we know that what is the formula to find out the area of a rectangle? Actually the book shape you see there's length and breadth. Both dimension and measurement of a dimension are different, so that's why we can use the area of a rectangle formula. So 15 into 10 so means 150 square centimeter, because in question is asking about the area. So if that length or breadth is given in centimeter, then obviously the area will come in square centimeter. Okay. Next part of your description of our question is the right, true or false. So here actually the first question is our while measuring the length of a pen, the measurement was taken from 2 cm mark of a ruler and the reading obtained was 13 cm. So here actually you have to measure the length of a pen, but the measurement is was taken from 2 cm, but we know that we always start from 0. Otherwise if you take it 2 cm or 3 cm anything, then you have to at the end of the result you have to subtract that how much you have shifted. So here you see that 2 cm, you start from 2 cm and the reading was obtained 13 cm. So is it possible the actual length of a pen is 15 cm? No. So that's why it is a false statement. Question number 2. A physical balance is a modified and highly sensitive version of the beam balance. Yes, this statement is true. Next, question number 3. 10 kg is smaller than 10,000 gram. So if you converted 10 kg to gram, so 10 into 1000, then how much 0 after 1? 40. So it's here also you see that 10,000 grams. So 10 kg is equal to 10,000 gram. That will be equal, but not the smaller. Okay, so this statement is false. So question number 4. It is much easier to roll an object rather than sliding it. This statement is also true. Question number 5. Force can change the shape of an object but cannot change the mass. Yes, this statement is true. Now question number 6. Magnetic force is an action at a distance force. Yes, this statement is also true. Question number 7. When weight remains unchanged, friction is independent of the area of the surface in contact. Yes, this statement is true. A human forearm is an example of a class 2 lever. Yes, this statement is false. Actually the human arm acts like a class 3 lever, not a class 2 or 1 lever. Okay. Question number 9. A pair of tongs and pair of scissors are levers of the same class. Not. This is not true, because pair of tongs is a class 3 lever and pair of scissors is an example of a class 1 lever. Okay, now question number 10. The mechanical advantage is less than 1 when the fulcrum is closer to the load than the effort. So this statement is false, because we know that mechanical advantage, according to the principle of a lever, the mechanical advantage is equal to effort arm divided by load arm. So if the fulcrum is closer to the load, so that means the load arm will be smaller and the effort arm will be bigger. So that's why that we will get the always greater than 1, not the less than 1. So that's why this statement is false. Now question number D. Name the following the class of lever in which the load is located between the fulcrum and the effort. So this is actually called the class 2 lever, a tool that makes our work easier. So actually that is machine. So few students, when I check those papers, so I saw few students is written over there simple machines, complex machine, like that. So students, I want to say something. It is a tool. So simple or complex, both actually makes our work easier. The definition of a simple and complex are different. Simple machine actually there have no moving parts, but in complex machine there have few moving parts. So that is the difference, but actually both that significance is same, means I want to say that both actually makes our work easier. So we can't say that simple machine makes our work easier or complex machine makes our work easier. So it is actually not the correct answer. So actually machines makes our work easier, whatever is it, simple or complex. Now question number 3. The distance of the fulcrum from the point at which the load acts, so that is actually called the load arm. The force that one needs to apply on a machine to perform a task. So actually we are applying a force, so that answer will be the effort. Okay, question number 5. The ratio of the work done by the machine to the work done on the machine. So that is actually the definition of the efficiency of the machine. Now question number 6. A push or a pull, so it is actually called force. Question number 7. The friction caused due to fluids such as water and air, so it is called actually drag, or you can say it fluid friction. So 1 kgf equals to how much Newton? So actually that 1 kgf is equal to 9.8 Newton. If anyone you have written approximately 10 Newton, that the both you will get marks. But one I found few students, they have written not 9.8, 98 Newton or 100 Newton or 1000 Newton, 500 Newton. So all those answers are wrong. Okay, so only the correct option your answer is the if you write 9.8 Newton or approximately 10 Newton, both the answer is correct. Now question number 9. Name the most common device used to measure force. So that is actually the most common device is the spring balance, but few students you have written force gauge or force meter, so I cannot say that those are wrong. So that's why actually I have written here spring balance, or you can write down force gauge or force meter. So all that answer is correct. All those answers are correct. So next question number 10, the last question. The friction that acts when one object rolls across the other, so it is actually called the rolling friction. Okay, so hope students you can understand all the answer from your half yearly question paper. So here I have written all the answer here, so you please check that your answer is correct or wrong. Okay, thank you students, take care, bye bye.